What's up, YouTube? This is Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris, and I am back with a brand new video. I want to thank everybody for watching the first 3 parts of that unboxing from Chaz, that random act of kindness. It's been a lot of fun doing that. I've put up the first 3 parts. I have 2 more left, and just been kind of getting that out. I didn't want to go directly with all 5 parts right in a row, because I figured that would be kind of, I guess, overkill a little bit. I just decided to kind of break it up and actually bring something new in the mix, just to kind of break up that whole, video, because there's a lot of books in there. So I will be posting up part 4 very soon. And I'm going to go ahead and organize it into a playlist so everybody can go ahead and see everything all at once instead of having to kind of, skip through my videos and check to see what they are. But anyway, I have some new books from my last week's comic haul, and I'm looking for my gloves, and I don't know exactly where I put them. I've been doing a lot of organizing, so it's just like, I've moved everything around a whole bunch and everything, so, it's just kind of the process of getting everything together and, just trying to get myself back to organized, but it takes a while, as anything else. But, so, Splash is going to kill me for this, but I got no other way to show my books, so here we go. So, picked up Green Lanterns, Rebirth number 14. This is continuing with the Phantom Lantern story. And my local shop didn't have the 2 covers this time. They only had just the 1. But the good thing is that the regular covers are really nice. I don't think I've picked up many, if any, of the variant covers in this series yet. Just, the regular covers are really good. I just like them. Next up, and I didn't get to finish. Actually, I shouldn't say I didn't get to finish, but I didn't get to read this yet. This is Batman number 14. And this is starts off a new story called Rooftops, and you see, Batman kind of, I don't know, embracing, for lack of a better term, Catwoman. And if you read the last series, the last story, I Am Suicide, you kind of can see, where they, have a little bit of a past, and how they work together, and how things kind of fall apart with those two. And Catwoman is actually psychotic in that one. Like, she's a killer, which is not how she ever really was. I mean, I think in the original comic, she may have killed a few people, but she wasn't like out there just killing people for fun. And in this series, she's an actual killer. She likes to kill people for fun. I feel like, just looking at the cover, this is an this cover here, I'll show it again. Is kind of just a back in the day, a look at where they came from, what their actual past is a little bit. So maybe we'll explain a little bit about how they know each other, how close they were, and what maybe turned her onto that really violent path. Next we have Walking Dead number 161, and this is the Art Adams cover. This is that connecting cover that's just kind of been collecting all the way up and through. And just a really, really, I love his art. His art is so nice. Really just, awesome cover. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and display those at some point and just show them all out. And then also to make sure I have every one of them, because I think I might have missed one. I don't remember which, but I think I may have. Next up, we have Old Man Logan. This is number 16. And cover doesn't really show too much, this is a good series, if you like, really like, gory story, from, Logan, it's a good one. I haven't gotten to read this yet, but it's, up to this point, I've liked it. Some people have a little bit of a mixed opinion on it, but I think it's a good book overall. Next up, we have The Unworthy Thor, number 3. And, I really do like the art in this book. Really, really nice art. And then the story is really cool. Like, Thor's, basically, because Jane Foster has Mjolnir now, he's not worthy to wield it. He's in the other one, Beta Ray Bill had told him that he could use his Mjolnir. But, it's kind of a crazy story. Like, it's just Thor's, I guess, trying to find his way back into being the hero again. You know, in order to go ahead and, you know, kind of take back, you know, get him back to where he used to be, and then also to, you know, prove his worth as an actual hero. Next, we have a book that's really, really popular right now. This is Seven to Eternity. This is number 4. And again, I don't know if my shop was just kind of slacking on the variants or what, but usually they have cover A and B. This is cover A, so the regular cover that you would get with this book. And the reason I say it's popular is that online, it's starting to go up. You can see some of them. If you have number 1, it's up to like $50. So you know, it's kind of a cool thing to have if you do. And you know, if you're a flipper and you have multiples, I guess now's the time, unless you want to speculate and hope that it goes up even higher. But you never know. Next we have Civil War number 8, and this is the connecting cover variant. And the crazy thing about this is that it shows the entire connecting cover. So I'll go like this. So that's the actual full image. I've been collecting these since the first one, and I'm pretty sure I have all of them. The only one I think I'm missing is number 0, and because I didn't even know that had a connecting cover with it. But overall, I like the story. I thought it was pretty good. Not as good as the original Civil War. I think that there were certain things they tried a little bit too hard to do that weren't bad. They just kind of didn't flow as well as they should. But you know, and it's their way to introduce a lot of different things. And the other thing that's kind of weird about it is that all the books, so all the Marvel Now books, have kind of resolved everything that happened in Civil War 8 or in the Civil War 2 story, and it's just kind of, it's a little weird, and I think they kind of took too long to get it out there. I don't know if it would have been better received had it gotten out before, but I don't know. I just look at it and I think that you know, it wasn't that bad. It just, you know, it's kind of strange to see where Marvel's going with a lot of this stuff. And I know, you know, a lot of people aren't too happy with where Marvel's gone, and, you know, hoping that something changes so that it can go back. But I don't know. For now, I guess you just kind of gotta have to hope and just kind of, if you like Marvel, just find a title you like and stick with it. And, you know, hopefully they'll turn it around at some point, but who knows. Next, we have, this is Saga number 41. And this actually is the Recalled book, the Recalled Era. I picked it, so it went on sale last week, and basically what happens, they recalled a bunch of them. There's an error within it. I'm not quite sure exactly what the error is. I haven't looked in there, but I don't really own any error books, so I'm actually happy to have this one. So I picked it up, and you know, was $2 above the cover price, so it wasn't like anything crazy. But who knows? Maybe one day it'll be one of those, like, you know, sought after big time errors. Probably not, because there's a lot of them out there. Like when I went to my shop, there was at least like 20 on the stand. So I don't know. I just bought it just because, you know, speculation's fun. Next, I got a couple of back issues as well. I scored this for $1. So this is the first appearance of Mr. Bloom. This is Batman New 52, number 43. And Mr. Bloom was the villain towards the end of the New 52. You know, cool looking villain. Very weird guy, but I thought he was pretty cool. And then this one, because my store is having a sale on Marvel stuff, all things Marvel. So current issues, back issues, but I don't know about wall books. I don't think they're doing it on that, but definitely current and back issues. So I picked up a back issue, and basically just because I like the cover. There's not really too much to this that I'm like, oh, this is, you know, a great book to have. It's not a key, but it is Spectacular Spider-Man, number 112. I just like it because Santa's holding the gun. Pretty cool cover, if you ask me. So that's it for my new books. And I also wanted to just kind of get in with my top 10 for 2017. I know a lot of people have been kind of putting theirs up, and I figured I'd just kind of condense everything into one video instead of making 2. So here's my list for the top 10 books I want to get for 2017. So we have Wolverine number 8, volume 1, and that's with him and the Hulk on the cover dressed in suits. Wolverine number 10. That's the first time that Sabretooth and Wolverine fight, I guess, in comics. or at least in his first title. So kind of a key, not clutch, but definitely if you're a Wolverine fan, it's one of the top books to get. Next up, we have Avengers number 196, the first full appearance of the Taskmaster. We have him in his full costume on the and on the cover of the book. Next, you have Captain Marvel number 26, and that is the second appearance of Thanos, who's pretty much my favorite villain of all time. Still from last year, so one that carried over, is going to be Silver Surfer number 3. And that's the first appearance of Mephisto. I'm going to try to see if I can get that book this year. I'm pretty confident I can. Just might need a little bit of time to find a good deal, but I got my eyes open. I'm always looking. Next is Usagi Yojimbo number 1. Not his first appearance. That would be Albedo number 2, which is pretty pricey. But I figure to have an early appearance of Usagi Yojimbo, at least his first book, that would be relatively easy to get and not too expensive. Raw. Graded, it might be a little expensive, but to get a raw copy, I think I can get a pretty good, near mint copy for not too much money. Next is Daredevil 131, which is the first appearance of Bullseye. This one might be a little bit tough to get, especially with all the with the Daredevil show and how everyone's speculating on who's going to be the next big villain to go on the show and who's going to be the next So you never know. I figure I'd take a chance. Next up, Daredevil number 168, which is the first appearance of Elektra. I'm getting that to try to complete my Frank Miller run. I have a lot of books I still have to get for that, but the first appearance of Elektra would be a great addition to that to my collection that I have right now. Next up, we have Power Man and Iron Fist number 50, and I think that's the first time that Iron Fist and Power Man actually team up in the book. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get that hopefully soon before that before the Defenders show comes out, or the Iron Fist show, just because I feel like once Luke Cage and Iron Fist are seen on the same screen, the book's gonna go up. Not probably tons, but it's gonna go up. And lastly, we have Transformers number 1 from Marvel, not the IDW, but the Marvel version of it, the one from the 80s. Just something that part of my little nostalgia kick, where I've been trying to catch up and collect all the G.I. Joe books as well as all of the Transformers. So that's my kick from my childhood that I want to try to see if I can complete both of those runs. But we'll see what happens. And there's a bunch more books I would love to be able to put on that list, but my list would be going forever just because I love a lot of comics, and just there's a lot of stuff I wish I owned, and so it's going to be kind of a labor of love. I may do a couple of the top 10 lists, and those will be just kind of books that I hope to get in my lifetime rather than just books to get this year. And those will be some bigger grail books that I really just want in my collection. So with that, I'm going to get going. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please stay tuned for the rest of my unboxing from Chaz. I do have it recorded and ready to go up. So everybody keep an eye out for that. With that, I'm going to get going. This is Buckshot. This has been Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. I tell everybody have a good night. Happy collecting. Oh, and check out tomorrow at, I think it's going to be 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. JLS Comics. We're back with our show, the live show, Tuesday Comic Conversation. Come check us out. We're going to be able to, go over some, really good stuff with comics. Talk about basically everything that's gone on since we've come off the air. And just kind of catch up and get back into, the show. So check us out. We'll be live tomorrow night, Tuesday. Excuse me. Tuesday, January 10th. So check us out, and, come on, and we'll have some fun. So with that, I'm going to get going. Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. My co-host, Justine, is not here today. She's, she kind of popped into my video that I was doing last time. Not quite sure if she'll pop in for some more, but she's a really good kid, and, I'd like to have her and my Lenny's Brooklyn kind of pop into a video here and there, co-host. But with that, you never know. Maybe a special co-host, maybe not. We'll see going forward. But everybody have a good night. Hope you have a great week. New Comic Book Wednesday is coming in a couple of days, so hope you get all those new books. I'm going to go. Take it easy. Have a great night. Happy collecting.